Hello, it is Foundation Friday, November 15th, 2019. Halfway through November, only 1.5 months left in the entire year, in the entire decade. Hopefully, you are pushing towards reaching and surpassing your goals for the year, especially here in the U.S. while the economy is absolutely booming. Or perhaps, like pretty much all my clients, you have way surpassed your goals already and you are breaking new records every day. So, spectacular sunset going on behind me today. Those streaks in the sky and all the different colors. How cool is that? Anyway, short and sweet today, it's the power of saying thank you, especially if you do it in this powerful way. And I have to admit right off the bat, I've gotten away from doing this. I was reminded today, my beautiful wife Michelle got a thank you card for someone thanking her for a thank you card. And this is someone who, I don't want to give it away, but he sent a thank you card acknowledging my beautiful wife Michelle's thank you and lamenting on the card, gee, I wish so-and-so had also said thank you, or, thank you for being grateful. This other person should have been grateful too, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, at the time the person did this favor, my beautiful wife Michelle, they were hosting a little get-together. My beautiful wife Michelle was like, hey, do you want us to give you some money for all this food you're putting out and whatever? And the host was like, no, that's no big deal. That's my point. That's no big deal. The amount of money compared to the thank you card, though, that's a huge deal. Isn't that cool? That's great news, by the way. That 20 or 50 bucks towards the cost of things was not nearly as important to the host as a $2 card, including the envelope and the stamp, because you add in the time and the personalization of handwriting it that it took to deliver that. That's what means a lot, so much that this person then in response wrote a handwritten thank you card in response. And I have a feeling that if at the time we had pitched in 20 or 50 or 100 bucks towards the cost of putting out the food for this get-together, the person might not have sent a thank you card. Well, this person likely would have sent a thank you card. A lot of people would have said thanks and whatever, and the thank you card would have said like, yeah, thank you for pitching in, blah, blah, blah. But you could tell in this card it was very heartfelt. Wow, thank you for writing out that card. I really appreciate it. It's too bad so-and-so didn't, and the person went off the deep end. But that's the example. I have a few of them here. I get them all the time. But I have to admit, I've gotten out of the practice of doing them myself. So I'll give you a couple of hints of how to get into the swing of things, of handwriting out thank you cards. First of all, you get some thank you cards. You can go to the store and get a batch of, cards like this that just say thank you, and get a pack of 50 of those. They come with the envelopes. Or you can do like I do. I should have showed one here, but people that have received them from me, and I guess I'll show them at some point. But I have personalized thank you cards that I printed up. They're basically just blank on the outside, on the inside, and they have it's actually a cartoon character of me, drawn by a professional artist and given to me by one of my grateful clients. And I said, wow, that's kind of cool. I'm going to put that on the cover of a card, and then on the inside I can write anything I want, which 99% of the time, I'd say, or at least 90-something, is a thank you card. And on the back, it has my name and contact information, my address, phone number, website, whatever. And so I used to, and I've gotten out of the habit of this, but when I used to attend events, which I did for years, I would attend 10 or 20 events a year, traveling, get in a plane, hotel, all that, pay thousands of dollars, get to the conference. Even ones I wasn't speaking at or sponsoring, I would attend lots of events. I would bring a bunch of my cards with the envelopes and with the stamps. And I would meet somebody, and they'd say, oh, I'm going to have you come speak at my event, or they're going to come speak at my event, or I'm going to have you on a webinar, or they'll have me, I'll have them on a webinar, or let's get together and do something. And I would immediately, up in a hotel room that night after that day of the event, write out the card. Hey, it was great meeting you, and looking forward to interviewing you for the cover of my magazine, or looking forward to being a guest on your podcast, or looking forward to teaming up and figuring out a way to cross-promote or to make money together, or to work together, or to whatever it was. I would write out the card, drop it in the mail, and pretty much by the time both of us got home, the card would be arriving in the mail. Or if it was the last day event, it would arrive a day or two later. And I would constantly get calls thanking me for the card and acknowledging how thoughtful that was and how that set me apart. And nobody does that and blah, blah, blah. And man, I've gotten out of the habit of it. And I host my own events. 3 times a year, I host the All-Star Entrepreneur Mastermind in various locations around the country where I gather some of the sharpest entrepreneurs there are. And of course, I should head there with my cards and stamps and the envelopes and a pen. Not that, well, I have seen people these days, thanks to technology, go places without pens, but it's a given. I didn't mention it the first time, but you ought to also have a pen. And while I'm there, I ought to just hand write out cards, even people that attend my own events. Hand write out a thank you card. You know, we're good at sending an email, thanks for coming, or a text message, or posting something on social media. Hey, thanks for coming. Hey, had a great time at so-and-so's event. Yeah, that's good. I'm not saying don't do that. You'll hear me say it a lot. I live in an and world, not an or world. I'm not saying to do this but not do that. Just add this into the mix. Also, send the handwritten card as a thank you, as an acknowledgement, as any pretty much make up any excuse at all. So that's one hint, is carry them with you when you travel and you know you're going to meet new people and see old friends and you know you're going to see people. Bring some thank you cards. Another way is to put it on your calendar. Block out time, at least one day every week. Say on a Monday, you block out 2 hours and you say thank you cards. And for 2 hours, you sit at your desk, you take out your pen, or sit out by your pool or wherever you are, take out the pen and write a few thank you cards. The whole rest of the week, you can be writing out a list. Put it on your phone or hand write it out, or however you do it, a list of who you want to send thank you cards. But then for that 1 or 2 hours, and you probably don't even need 2 hours, but for that 1 hour, 1 day a week, you can now write out 10, 20 thank you cards and mail them out. You're likely to get phone calls and responses within a few days. By the end of the week, already people acknowledging, like I said, test it out. Prove me wrong. I think you'll get people, maybe not everybody, but you will get at least somebody pointing out, hey, thank you for that card. That was really thoughtful. Thank you. You know, nobody else does that. That sets you apart. You know, that's why I like you, because blah, blah, blah. You have that extra personal touch. So I'm going to be getting back into the swing of things. So for those of you that engage with me and do things with me, and for whatever reason I can think of, I'm going to start sending more handwritten thank you cards. They're extremely powerful. And that is today's foundational business building tip. By the way, they become more powerful all the time. As time keeps going by and there's more and more people relying on technology instead of personal, human, handwritten, physical communication, those few and far between personal, handwritten, physical communications become more and more rare, and therefore more and more appreciated, more and more powerful. So that's my suggestion to me and also to you, to do more of that. And that'll do it for Foundation Friday, as the beautiful sunset occurs behind me. And I will be back tomorrow. It'll be Social Media Saturday. I'll have a tip for you, specifically how to make money using one of the social media websites. Thanks for watching today, or listening, or reading, wherever you are. And I'll be back tomorrow. Over and out.